As of the recording and posting of this video, Six Flags America is officially no more, as the park's final operating day was November 2nd, 2025. Whether or not you liked this park or didn't like this park, it's unfortunate to see any park close because someone out there had fond memories in that park. But now we have to ask, what is the fate of this park's rides? Given the park has just now closed, we don't really know what the true fate of that land is going to be. The chain originally said they wanted to redevelop and sell that land, and it does look like that's what they're planning to do. Actually, about a week ago, the land was put up for sale. I don't know why they waited so long to do that, personally. I'm not an investor or any sort of business owner, but that seems like something you would want to have up for sale like 6 months ago to start getting some buyers looking at it, but who knows, maybe they have somebody lined up already. Meanwhile, while they're trying to sell the land, you have 9 roller coasters sitting there with their fate waiting to be decided. This is what pushed me to make this video talking about a what-if scenario where all 9 of these Six Flags America roller coasters did get relocated. I'm going to give my opinion on what parks I think would be the best fit for each of these rides, and at the end I'm going to talk about really the harsh reality of the situation. Starting off from small, working our way up to the bigger coasters, we have the Great Chase. This is a Zamperla kiddie coaster, and this is one of their older models, but it's pretty easy to move. I think most parks in the Six Flags chain have this model or something very similar to it, but one park that stands out that doesn't is Six Flags Over Georgia. The park would benefit from a tiny little kids coaster, since you could argue that Joker Funhouse coaster is a little closer to a family coaster instead of a kiddie coaster. Next up, we have Ragin' Cajun, the park's Wild Mouse. Small, compact, and easy to move, this could benefit a few parks. Originally, I was thinking Kings Island, but I want to save another coaster for them. Personally, I'm going with Six Flags Darien Lake. It would be a nice family coaster for them since they don't really have anything it would overlap with. They've got Moto Coaster, which is, I guess, kind of a family coaster. They don't really have anything intermediate, because you look at like Hoot and Holler, then you jump up to what, I guess Moto Coaster, which would be the next kind of family coaster, so it would work well there. Professor Screamore's Sidewinder is the park's recently refurbished Vekoma SLC, and honestly, it's one of the better ones in the US now. Not to say that it's good, but hey, it's an SLC. If it doesn't completely rattle you around, I'll take it. Most parks have some sort of Vekoma or B&M inverted coaster already, but one exception that comes to mind is Valley Fair. I hate to do this to them because they really need a good, ground-up thrill coaster, but that doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon, so they get this old, clunked-out SLC. Coming up next, we have Roar, the park's GCI wooden coaster. Ah, Roar. Your layout is actually pretty good, but a combination of needing a serious retrack and more modern terrains makes this ride almost unbearable. I rode it in the last couple months of operation, and it was not good. I can't think of a single park that really needs this, but if you're going to force me to pick somewhere, send it to Six Flags Fiesta Texas. I'm sure they would give it the TLC it needs, and since they don't have a traditional wooden coaster anymore, I guess it works there. Moving on to Firebird, the world's first ever B&M. It started out as Iron Wolf, which is a stand-up coaster at Six Flags Great America, then got moved to Six Flags America, and then got converted to a floorless, which is now Firebird. While it would be a shame to see the first B&M bite the dust, this thing has seen better days. Not the worst coaster out there, but it's not great either. However, I don't think it would be a bad choice for Six Flags Great Escape. Now, don't get me wrong, don't replace Screamin' Demon with this because it's really not that much better, but it would be a nice thrill coaster with some inversions, and I think that's as close as we're going to get for Great Escape, getting any sort of thrill coaster, at least for now. Now we're into the park's best 4 roller coasters, in my opinion, starting with Joker's Jinx. This is a clone of the Flight of Fear and Poltergeist coasters in the chain, and this would probably honestly serve best as a park stoner at this point. But since we're talking in a fantasy world where every coaster gets saved, let's send it to Six Flags Great Adventure. Honestly, not a terrible move to tide them over until they get that big mock tower spinner coaster, assuming that's what it is. It's compact, so it would be squeezed in somewhere pretty easily, and they could use another launch coaster that is not a shuttle coaster. So, it's a fantasy world, why not? Coming up on what is an underrated wooden coaster, in my opinion, we have Wild One. This historic wooden coaster is one of the oldest, though with its many modifications, I guess that's debatable. I'm going to send this somewhere where I haven't seen a single person suggest, and that is Kings Island. Now, hear me out. They have Woodstock Express, a classic family Woody. They have the Racer, which is known for reigniting a passion for roller coasters in the 70s. Beast, which is still a record holder to this day. And Mystic Timbers, which is widely regarded as one of the best wooden coasters in the US. So you gotta ask, why Wild One? Well, look how good Kings Island takes care of their wooden coasters. You have 3 historically significant wooden coasters in the park, and Wild One fits that card. Imagine having Gravity Group come in, retract the ride, rebuild parts of it, and the park places it somewhere in Rivertown flying through the woods. Maybe I'm the only one who likes this idea, but man, that would be awesome, and honestly, I think it would fit right at home with Kings Island's wooden coasters. Next up, we have the park's most unique roller coaster, in my opinion, and that is Batwing. Personally, I really enjoyed my rides on it. I never got to ride Firehawk at Kings Island, but I really preferred Batwing over Nighthawk at Carowinds. Batwing would do really well for some smaller, lower attended parks, and Frontier City jumps off the page to me. The downside is they already have Diamondback, the park's Aero Shuttle looping coaster. Diamondback is plagued with issues, so adding a second roller coaster with issues won't really help them, but it does seem like the park might have Diamondback figured out, so I don't know, maybe this would work. And finally, we come to the big coaster of the park, Superman Ride of Steel. While not my favorite hypercoaster out there, you can't deny the massive scale of this ride. There were 2 parks that came to mind for this one, either Six Flags St. Louis or Michigan's Adventure. In the end, I'm going with Michigan's Adventure because I personally have a higher confidence level that this park sticks around in the Six Flags chain. Also, they haven't gotten any new coasters in years, and their land is more inclusive to a massive coaster like Superman. Sorry, Six Flags St. Louis, I've been there, I think the park is good, but I just feel like this screams Michigan's Adventure to me. We've had our fun, but now it's time to face reality. I think only one coaster out of the 9 is guaranteed for relocation, and that's Great Chase. Whether it's sold out of the chain or moved within the chain, it's small enough to survive. I have a pretty high confidence level in Raging Cajun being moved or sold as well, given how compact it is, although the most recent Six Flags earning call makes me kind of want to rethink that because I know they're trying to shrink the portfolio as much as they can. So I don't know if any ride locations are really going to happen. So I originally would have said maybe this gets moved somewhere, but I think it might be more likely to be sold off altogether. As for the rest, let's face it, Batwing is done. As much as I don't want it to be, I like the coaster. Nobody's buying that. They're not relocating that. Roar and Wild One, forget about it. Roar should have been bulldozed or RMC'd years ago. As much as I love Wild One, there's just no return on investment for moving and repairing it. The SLC, again, no way. The trains will probably get reused since they're brand new. Like, I could see those going to, Michigan's Adventure. Really, that's the only park, I think. The other SLCs at, Discovery Kingdom and Canada's Wonderland are already on the chopping block, personally. But the rest of that coaster is torched. Firebird is 35 years old and serves no real benefit even for smaller parks. I think it's toast. Joker's Jinx is an interesting one, and I think this could have a slight chance. Since it's compact, it wouldn't be that hard to move, but I don't see the value in moving an old LIM coaster. Superman, in my opinion, has the best chance out of the large-scale coasters, and I only say this because a park like St. Louis, Michigan's Adventure, they could actually benefit from this. I lean towards Michigan's Adventure still because it has a short operating season, so an older ride like this wouldn't be under immense strain like it would at a larger park. So even though this is an older ride, I don't think that would be as much of an issue for a park that has, that shorter operating season like Michigan's Adventure. It's less attended. It would work there. But if you forced me to say yes or no, I think Superman is done too. That's all I've got for you today. This is really the sad reality of the situation. I know a lot of the coasters aren't great, but it's still sad to see us lose them. I hope I don't have to make another one of these until California's Great America closes, but we'll see. Given that recent earnings call, I might be making a new one of these sooner than I expect. Let us know if you agree with my picks down in the comments, or if you think other parks would benefit from these rides. Or maybe you think that all the rides do get saved. I don't know. Let us know. Subscribe if you enjoy videos like these, and I'll see you all again soon.